MTDCNC have taken time out today to visit the Engineering Technology Group in Southam in Warwickshire to have a look at the Nakamura WT100 twin turret turning centre. So let's go and have a look. Okay, so here we are inside the Engineering Technology Group in the showroom, and in front of me we have the WT100 Nakamura twin turret turning centre. And I'm going to introduce Richard Hughes here, who's the Technical Director of the Engineering Technology Group, who's going to tell us a little bit more about the WT100. Good afternoon, Richard.
Hello there.
Just looking at this machine, I think this would probably be a good opportunity for you to just describe the technology behind it, what it actually offers. I mean, from my perspective, I can see it's obviously a twin turret turning centre.
Yes.
But I think for the benefit of this video, what we'd like to do is show some of our video channel users exactly what it can achieve for them as a machine shop.
Yes. So what we have twin turrets, twin spindles, Y-axis on the upper turret, both spindles the same power, very small footprint machine, very compact, but very high capacity, very high speed turning capabilities.
So what sort of bar capacity is the machine itself? What bar size?
This machine is 42 bar capacity through both spindles.
So in terms of applications, what sort of components would you be looking at actually putting through?
It's usually small, complex components with a high milling content, hard materials. Really, it's a machine that comes on from sliding heads and bridges the gap between sliding heads and fixed head machines.
Right, okay, so if you were looking at a complex part, maybe that had a lot of features, and you were trying to, let's say for example you were currently doing it on a milling machine as well as a turning machine, you would use a machine like this to actually do everything in one operation.
Exactly, so it's raw material in and a finished component out.
Okay, and so here we have, this is the bottom turret.
That's right.
This is your top turret.
Yes.
All of which you've got 12 stations on the bottom and
Exactly.
12 on the top.
That's right.
Okay.
We also have the option to half index a turret, so it gives us double the tooling capacity.
Right.
So each position takes a driven tool, and every position can have a static tool, but also in between each position we can have another static tool.
Oh, so you could actually put 24 tools on that bottom turret?
That's right, and we can actually have 24 on both sides of the turret. So
Right, okay.
in theory we could have 96 static tools on the machine.
Which, from if you were looking at another machine that somebody might be looking at buying, from my knowledge there isn't really too many 42mm bar capacity machines where you'd have two turrets of that
That's
nature.
correct.
Yeah, is that
correct.
right?
Yes.
Because normally you would maybe get a turret at the bottom or a turret at the top and then a smaller turret for the sub spindle. So I suppose essentially what we're looking at here is two machines. If you put a line down there, you've got machine 1, machine 2.
That's right, but we also have the capability of using both turrets on one spindle,
Okay.
or either turret can work on either side.
Right,
so it
okay.
gives you that flexibility where your cycle times are unbalanced. We
Yeah.
can then use the other turret to speed up that cycle to try and
Okay.
achieve an even cycle time between the two.
So you could mill a component in this spindle with using the bottom turret, but at the same time you could use the top turret to be milling in that spindle too.
Exactly, yes.
Right, okay. But that would then cause dead time at the back, but I suppose
That's right.
you'd try and balance that out
That's
between
right.
the two operations.
But what you're trying to achieve with the machine is getting both turrets continuously working. That way you're getting the best out of the machine, whether it's single turrets working on each end or two turrets working on one end.
Yeah.
You're utilising the machine fully that way.
It's certainly an impressive machine. And now looking at the control system here then, Richard, so we have, this is a specific control for the Nakamura.
That's right, this has been designed by Nakamura.
Okay.
It's a FANUC 31i control that runs the machine. We also have a PC embedded into the control as well.
Right.
This gives us the ability to have a nice big touch screen here, so we can come around and select different screens, split the screen up, whereas normally you would have that screen on your normal CNC. We can also include, in this case, the load monitors there. We've also got the ability to use Windows on here as well, so we can download our job sheets, our drawings onto the machine and look at them on here as well.
So this isn't actually a PC-based control. This is
No.
a FANUC control
That's right.
with a PC.
Exactly. It's just using the PC to display the FANUC control, the FANUC screen onto the control.
Tell me more about this anti-collision software. Is there anything that you can demonstrate here to show our viewers exactly what they could expect from it?
Yes, definitely. So what we have is we can come onto the maintenance screen, and from here, this is part of the PC side of the control, which allows us to do these sort of functions. We've got the anti-collision guard here, and what this gives us is a 3D model of the machine, which we can move around, have a look inside, do what we like.
All right, can you actually run the program through that?
That's
so
right.
You could,
it runs in. Sorry, yes, it runs in real time.
Right.
So from the setting point here, the operator, all he has to do is load up the chucks that he's using, the tooling on the turret, and then when he runs the program, this then runs in real time. So we can zoom in on the components on here, look inside, and this will check that there's going to be no collisions on the machine, whether it's tool holders colliding with each other, tool in the next station catching on the chuck, or colliding with any of the guards. And it will actually stop the machine before it happens and show you the two elements that are going to collide.
So is there no possibility that you could watch this and there would be no collisions, and then when you run the machine, there's a collision?
No, as long as the data is set correctly, it will stop the machine from colliding, and it also works in manual mode as well. So as the operator's moving the machine around, as long as collision guard is turned on, then it will stop the machine while he's operating the machine manually as well.
So really, I mean, what would have been a catastrophe in a machine shop before, you're looking to avoid that at all
Exactly.
costs. So it's not only looking to salvage the parts, but also, I suppose, the machine tool as well.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
all about the design behind the design features of the control are all to keep the machine running, stop downtime. So obviously, while the spindles are turning, you're making money, and
Yeah.
that's what the whole design philosophy of the machine is: stop collisions, help the operator to set the machine up quicker, and keep the machine running.
And I mean, for me, when I look at this machine, some of the outstanding or features that stand out, I do have to look at, I think you've mentioned yourself, the footprint itself.
Exactly.
It is a very compact machine, and the working envelope actually looks quite large for a machine of this size.
Yeah.
But also we mentioned about a y-axis. One thing that you said to me earlier is this doesn't have a compound y-axis, it has a true y-axis.
That's right,
Just
yes.
explain a little bit more
That's
about
right.
that.
So most machines nowadays, as you say, they have a compound y-axis which uses an axis that isn't actually in the y-plane along with the x-axis to simulate a y-axis. This machine has a true y-axis, so the x-axis will stay stationary and then the y-axis will move. So it gives you more rigidity and a lot more accuracy from when the machine's new and into the future.
And would you say, if you were looking at other manufacturers' machines, that's something that a lot of them don't offer?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, Richard, so tell us, what sort of parts and components would you actually machine on this turning centre?
We have a wide variety of components, from components like aluminium fibre optic cable connectors to aircraft stainless steel bolts. This is actually from a heart monitor to difficult materials like 17-4 pH stainless from solenoid valves. So really a wide range of components.
Okay, so I've learnt about the capabilities of the machine, the capacities of the machine. Now tell me about how quickly I can have one, what sort of training the machine comes with, what sort of warranty it comes with, all the commercial side.
Well, the WT100 is our standard stock machine. We could turn the machine around within 2 to 3 weeks easily. We have programmer training courses running here frequently, and also operator training would be done on site. The machine comes with a 3-year unlimited hours warranty, and we also offer buyback guarantees for the machine in the first year. So a full comprehensive package.
Okay, so there we have some of Richard's comments on the technical capabilities of the machine. But I think one of the important factors of machine tools these days is not only what the machine's capable of, but its actual size. And it came to note at a recent show that we visited where you get all these big machine tools, you know, big turning centres with okay, they've got plenty of capacity, but when it actually comes to putting them in your workshop, it's tough. Here with the WT100, you can see it's a compact machine. Even if you look at, I suppose, the depth of the machine, you're not talking much over 1 metre in length, or depth I should say. And then at the back, again, you can see here that the machine is probably not a lot more than 2 metres in length. So even if your machine shop is small, even if you're struggling for space, the WT100 could fit the bill. Okay, so there we have it. The Nakamura WT100 twin turret turning centre from the Engineering Technology Group is firmly endorsed by MTDCNC.